Oh, hello everyone, and welcome on this webinar. We're gonna talk about Web3 security. We're gonna talk about latest incidents, trends, and some best practices. So yeah, 15 of us here. You know, when I actually love the streams of Austin Griffith and his Scaffold East projects. It's just amazing. And when I used to watch it, I'm still watching it, by the way. But what was amazing to me is like he was always excited when stream was starting. So like amazing, we're live streaming. So yeah, if I not sound that engaging, please drop a comment. I want to know. Yeah, but so 21 of us, not bad. And I think we're gonna start. Yeah, so we have a presentation here about first quarter and the review, as well as like some trends and patterns which we were spotting in Web3 security. So yeah, let's start with a recap of highlights in the security report for Q1, which we were doing. So yeah, 2 billion was stolen, even more, and of course we had a major outlier as Bybit, but still, this quarter, like that quarter, Q1 was the most damaging quarter in the Web3 history. And this is not just numbers. I believe this is a call to actions. We're going to talk about one of those potential actions which we have to, and best practices which we have to adjust. So if we talk about some highlights on the last quarter, so access control accounted for more than 80% of total loss, and the outlier is Bybit here again, yes, but just 1 month before Bybit, we had another major incident with Pemex, the centralized exchange, and it was also hit by North Korea, and actually investigating some of on-chain transactions and money laundering. We have spotted at Hacken that, maybe this one, some kind of highlight. We have spotted at Hacken that the money laundering on this Pemex exploit stopped just 1 day before Bybit hack occurred. Bybit hack happened. There's something about post-incident, consequences and money laundering tactics, scheme, etc. So yeah, what also have to be said regarding Q1? We had really not that much hacks of smart contracts. We had only about 30 million lost due to this type of issue. And we have to say that smart contract security improved. It still suffers in some aspects, but we have to understand that last quarter, and it's actually some trend which we were spotting in previous quarters, that was regarding operational security in the first place. And yes, also we had a Libra pool, which resulted in a tremendous amount of losses for traders. Yeah, and we're going to talk about it as well. Okay, so if we compare the total loss which crypto faced last quarter to the last year overall, we actually see pretty similar numbers. If we, and it's important to mention that this is excluding phishing. Yeah, phishing is always some a threat, and we're gonna talk about it as well. But if we talk about just crypto hacks due to smart contract vulnerabilities or operational security issues, so this statistics about that. And this is actually the data about last quarter, which I actually also already shared. Yeah, so This 83% to be precise was stolen due to access control kind of issues. So it's operational security. Basically, I'm gonna exchange. I'm gonna using like access control or operational security. This is about the same. Let's say, yeah. And okay, so that's the most important topic, I would say, for today's meeting, for today's webinar. And we're gonna talk about some trend which we were facing last quarter and the previous quarter as well. So the biggest wreck for last quarter, it was Bybit, and it was multi-sig was compromised and malicious transaction was signed. In this particular case, it was due to malicious UI, compromised UI. But if we're gonna talk about last quarters, like Q4, Q3, we actually saw the biggest wreck of each of those quarters, again due to multi-sig compromise. So the Radiance Capital was pretty damaging hack which happened in October last year. It was half of the year ago, and the attackers, again North Korea, they managed to gain ownership over a lending pool, a smart contract, and and lending pool smart contract. It's something which was managing the different markets, as it is lending borrowing protocol, Radiant Capital, and actually this is a type of contracts which you are giving the approval if you own Ethereum and you use some Aave or Compound, some lending protocols, you approve your tokens before you deposit them into the pool. And that's my first advice to anybody out here. Please do not use infinite approvals, because if there are different, a few actually ways for that approval to be really bad for you, and it is gonna it might have consequences. In this particular case, if you were given infinite approval to the lending pool of the Radiant Capital, and it actually was taken by the attackers. So lending pool was controlled by the North Korea, let's say, yeah. And if you were having the infinite approval to the lending pool contract, the attackers were having the ability to transfer the tokens from your account via that pattern and that practice with the approval. So do not grant infinite approvals. Grant only the approval which you want to spend in the next transactions, like lending 100 tokens, so you grant only 100 tokens approval. So that's some practical advice for everybody. Yeah. Coming back to this trend of multi-sig exploits, and that's the Radiant Capital happened Q4. If we talk about Q3 last year, we had Vazir X centralized exchange hack, and also multi-sig was involved. So this is actually something which is being a trend for some time, and this is a call to actions. Everybody who use multi-sigs, who's storing money on their multi-sigs and using them on their operational security systems, I believe that's actually a call to you to straighten your operational security, to straighten your best practices which you're following. And yes, this is a timeline of Bybit hack. We got preparation, attack, and extraction. So attack is basically masked transaction which was prepared by the attackers. It was signed, and then control was overtake with the changing the implementation of multi-sig from master copy to the malicious smart contract. Let's not dive deep into the technical details, but yeah, and extraction, the actually ban was given the latest update on the money laundering to this case, and some significant work is still is taken on this matter to counter money laundering on this case. And most of the money was bridged to the Bitcoin chain, and there are more than three, like tens of thousands of wallets was used in this particular case, in this particular attack, when distributing the money, because it's tremendous amount of money. So yeah, this is a timeline of Bybit hack. And yeah, it's also important to stress that we at Hacken we do proof of reserves audit for Bybit, and after the hack we confirmed that the proof of reserve after the proof of reserve audit that solvency was verified by Hacken for Bybit. And yes, so the call to actions is actually, as I already said, for the projects, for everybody, to improve their operational security, because actually when I'm talking about multi-sig exploits, that's not actually and that they are being targeted and exploited. It's not called to not to use multi-sigs, because if you're not using multi-sigs and you use, for example, just externally owned accounts, this is a huge vulnerability for your system, for your accounts. And because the access control exploits for this kind of money storing this huge, so you have to still use multi-sig, but you have to use multi-layer security model for this multi-sig. So you have to monitor how you sign transactions, you have to verify, and here's where extractor safe multi-sig monitors comes into the play. So there's a bunch of features implemented in our safe monitor, which was designed specifically for you to securely verify what you are signing. And actually, this is a way for you to monitor every action, everything which is happening with your multisig, with your safe account. So to just to mention, minimize smart contract complexity and attack surface, implement human readable signing, secure off-chain components, use hardware wallets. This is about best practices. And if you with this safe monitor, the human factor is what we're focusing, implementing this. And you can go to extractor.live and check the articles, our blog. We had a great article for safe monitor and the applicability for monitoring the safe wallets. So if you're interested, you can check it out. Okay, so that was some talk about multisig and operational security, and now we can talk a bit, or not a bit, I don't know, about smart contract exploits and smart contract vulnerabilities. So in Q1, we saw some gain for the value stolen due to smart contract exploits. A bit less than 30 million was stolen. And if we comparing it to the first 3 quarters of the last year, it's still not much. And that's again the proof that smart contracts are getting more secure. But and I believe this is consequences of and result. This is a result of strengthening the smart contract security and the audits, bug bounties, on-chain monitoring. These are like best practices which more and more projects inheriting. But I think we have to still be really careful about smart contract security, and we still have to not take it as granted. But again, here as another point to stress that major problems in last quarter and the previous quarters were occurring due to pure operational security, and we already talked about it. There's projects which with a safe wallets, and multi-sig wallet was compromised. When I talk safe, I'm talking about Gnosis safe, multi-sig. That's about one thing. And yeah, so you have to. That's a call to action. That's regarding smart contract security. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, there's a few exploits, so maybe two outliers. So one inch incident was incident not regarding main 1 inch contracts, but it was regarding settlement contracts, which were actually operating on chain more than 2 years. And it is pretty long time for the projects not to be exploited, but still you have to care, even if you use some battle tested protocols such as Aave or Compound. Let's pray that they're secure for sure, but you still have to be aware that there might be new security flow, new vulnerability might occur and somebody might find it out. So you have to take care, take care about it, about security each time. Like even like after 3 years of protocol and smart contracts being deployed. And another incident to outlies maybe Zcaland. That's a single big hack on Starknet. And the story behind Zcaland attackers is pretty interesting, I would say, because attackers in the day of the hack, they tried to use a railgun to launder money. Like they stole the money on the Starknet, then they bridged it to the Ethereum, and then they tried to use railgun, but due to private proof of innocence, which is a great thing in my opinion, due to private proof of innocence. And this is something, if you black hat and if your address was reported, the railgun not gonna let you to mix the money using that service. And I believe that's a great thing to do, great thing to use. And later on, the attackers, they tried to use Tornado Cash, and they used fake Tornado Cash, and but it is not determined whether they get scammed or whether they played it out. Like, okay, that's a fishy Tornado site. We lost all the money, and now we're free, and now we now. So we cannot prove at the moment that this Tornado phishing site was. I mean, we cannot prove that attackers were phished, because it's really possible, and I would say this is more than 50% probability that the attackers played that. It was like their phishing site, and they played that we lost all the money. So not that easy. Story is interesting, to be honest. Yeah. Here, okay, so we talk already about last quarter. We can talk at the moment a bit about the trends and patterns which was put in last year, and comparing the last year to the previous years. And what we have to say, this bridges losses over the years. If we compare 2022, 2023, and 2024, we see the decline in numbers. And this is a pretty good thing to do, and a pretty good thing to spot. And interesting data regarding DeFi versus CeFi. So in last year, we saw the 3 quarters, CeFi losses were dominating over DeFi, and actually this quarter, I mean that quarter Q1, because we currently live in Q2 already. In Q1, again, the centralized exchanges and centralized finance in general, it was the major point of concern with those hacks. Yeah. Okay, that's again, we talk about smart contracts vulnerabilities, and the smart contracts vulnerabilities, they mostly targeting the decentralized finance protocols. But here's but decentralized finance protocols is like exploited not only due to smart contract vulnerabilities, they also been exploited due to pure operational security. And the most prominent or most damaging incident was there's Infini, and this is 50 million hack. So developer who deployed the contract, he remained with the main privileges over smart contracts, and he waited just 112 days, a bit more than 100 days, and he withdrew the liquidity to his account. That was a main. That was the most damaging hack for the for the decentralized finance protocols last quarter. Okay, so yeah, a few words regarding money laundering techniques, and money laundering was mostly about Bybit last quarter and still, but we also saw some cases of bad actors using perpetual exchanges, like opening positions on the perpetual exchanges to play with dirty money, or not only play, to have ability actually to clean those money with opening the other position, like hedging the position. And if you're interested, you can write more about it on our Q1 security report, which I will be sharing the link with QR code a bit later. Yeah, we also had that rug pull by great Javier Milei. And also, you might find a story. I will not take more much about it. You can find a story in our report for Q1. And that's actually it. That's it. That's it for my presentation, but that's actually you can scan QR code and download the Q1 security report, and actually to read about this Javier Milei stuff and some other insights. So that's a QR code to scan. Yeah. I believe you scanned QR code already. Okay. And yeah, so security best practices for Web3 projects. There's actually focusing about security audits, and not only, and when I talk security audits, it's not only for smart contracts audits or L1 audits. There's a lot of different stuff. For example, CCSS audit. This is about your potential security, mostly, and penetration testing, a lot of different stuff. For then the bug bounties, and then on-chain monitor, and not only on-chain. For example, in Extractor, we support also Web2 monitoring, with monitoring your DNS, SSL, network monitoring, and a lot of different stuff as well. Okay, so yeah, I already talked about Extractors. So a few things to stress more. We care about security, and we care about compliance in Extractor, and there are a lot of different use cases. For example, for safe monitor, if you use multi-sig, so this is great use of our safe monitor. Then we have plenty of other monitors, such as ML monitor, circulating supply monitor, TVL monitors, and plenty of other stuff. So we can check the extractor.live to find more about it. So yeah, this is some interesting information which we were actually sharing last year and Q3, at the end of Q3. So this data which we were investigating regarding DeFi exploits and possible preventable amount of the hacks. And to be clear in it, so that's how we were calculating that data. So we detect the first attack transaction, and then we take in some measures if it is possible. If it is not possible, and the protocol does not support the pausing functionality, some other emergency functionality, it is not possible. Here's like 6 cases where it was possible to prevent the loss, itself. And yes, that's actually some services from Hacken. So smart contract audits, bug bounties, penetration testing, proof reserves audits, and some other very good stuff to have. And if you're interested for any of those services above, you can check the hacking.io. And yeah, that's it. Please scan that QR code, and thank you for watching that stream about Q1 and about a bit more. as well. So there's a Web3 security checklist which we prepared for you. Please scan the QR codes. And yeah, I'm gonna check whether some questions. Yeah, we're good to go, I believe. Oh, that's a lot of people. Thank you, everyone, for staying with me. And yeah, that's it. Thank you again. If you have some question, please you can. Yeah, so we have one question. Curious about the insights in this report. What key takeaways do you see for Web3 security? So I believe in this last 26 minutes, I was answering that question. And as we main topic of this presentation and this stream was the Q1 and main what we can do actually to straighten our security. So yeah, I believe the key takeaways is this is that you have to take care about operational security more, and to if you use multisig, straighten your best practices and care about how you sign transactions, what are you signing, because signing the multisig transaction, signing the safe wallet transaction is not an easy thing to do. So check out the extractor.live. We have a blog post regarding this, as I already mentioned, and care about operational security and about your security overall. Thank you.